Hello, my name is Matthew Lopez-Ramos, and today I will be talking about the effects of alcohol and what the consequences of drinking has on our bodies. As a college student and being in a fraternity at Texas Tech, I tend to see many of my peers partaking in drinking alcohol, and at times I witness incidents where people drink till they can't drink anymore, and sometimes they become a danger to themselves and people around them. I can't say that myself as a person hasn't had my share of drinking or had my moments of ludicrous behavior because I have, and I've learned from my actions. But I don't agree with the responsibility of others by their handling of their drinking and possibly harming themselves or others around them. Alcohol can ultimately have an effect on one's body and or harm others while under the influence of alcohol. Now, going into the main part of my speech, I want to begin about talking about the reasons for drinking. You can drink for the reasons of relaxing, celebrating, socializing, but drinking has a harmful effect on your body no matter what. Drinking not only has short-term effects, but they can have long-term effects, which can affect your body in a negative way. The NIAA, which is the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, says alcohol itself effects are varied from person to person. Some of the factors include how much you drink, how often you drink, your age, your health status, and your family history. Drinking too much alcohol can range to consequences you will never forget. Some quick facts that relate to alcohol in your bodies are alcohol enters into the body's bloodstream as soon as we consume any amount. It can affect your bodies. It can affect your bodies within 10 minutes of drinking. By continuous drinking, we continue to raise our BAC, which stands for blood alcohol concentration. The higher our BAC is, the more likely you are to become impaired. Some short-term effects are slurred speech, hand-eye coordination, headaches, decreased perception and coordination, and blackouts. Alcohol doesn't only just give us the headaches, the blackouts, or even the hangovers some of us might have already experienced, but it can also have long-term effects. Alcohol can lead to car crashes, violence, alcohol poisoning, heart-related diseases, liver disease, nerve damage, and even damage to the brain. And these are just some examples of what alcohol can do that are harmful and possibly lead to death. But there are just too many examples to give that alcohol can do to us. I now want to give you all some statistics that are related to alcohol. According to the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, there are some of these facts that can either be taken lightly or seriously. In 2012, 87.6% of people ages of 18 or older reported that they drank alcohol at some point in their lifetime. Nearly 80,000 people, approximately 62,000 men, and approximately 26,000 women die from alcohol-related causes annually, making it the third leading preventable cause of death in the United States. And the last statistic I want to talk about is that approximately 1,825,000 college students between the ages of 18 and 24 have died from alcohol-related unintentional injuries, including motor vehicle accidents. This clearly tells us that there are alcohol-related problems in our society, and we can see that there are people who are underage that are drinking at early age, and alcohol is playing a factor in quite a bit of the deaths in the United States. I am now going to be talking about a personal event in my life that pertains to one of my friends losing his life to a drunken driver, and hopefully this gives you my view on alcohol and who it affects. I personally lost a close friend of mine due to somebody not thinking before they got behind the wheel, and it resulted in somebody that I really cared about and was really close to losing their life too early. By my friend losing his life, it not only affected the people that cared about him, but also the people around him that knew him, and the same goes for the family and for the person who took my friend's life. When losing my friend, it made me look at my life, and made me want to do something to make sure something like this never happened again. And to somebody I knew or didn't know, I just didn't want it to happen again. And since being in a fraternity, we as an organization have events such as parties and get-togethers, and when I see people drinking, I make sure that they aren't driving when they're drunk. I make sure they get home safe, and I make sure they don't make a decision that can possibly potentially hurt them or others. And to conclude my speech, I want to say that I hope by my speech it puts something in each of your minds by thinking of all these details I have brought up. Alcohol not only has an effect on your body, but there are outcomes that not only hurt you, it can lead to others being hurt. Whether that's by becoming ill or involved in an accident and possibly getting somebody injured or even possibly leading to that person's death. In the end, nobody wants to do something that harms themselves or others, So all I can say is that think before you regret the outcome.